Well, for more on this, I'm joined by Tim Brightbill, a partner and co-chair of the international trade practice at the law firm Wiley Ryan. Thanks for joining us, Tim. Now, amidst all the back and forth that we're seeing with these tariffs, give us your understanding of the current state of play.
Sure. Well, you're correct that there were two important rulings. So yesterday, there was a ruling by the Court of International Trade striking down President Trump's tariffs on our trading partners. And then there was a rapid appeal to the Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit, which put a temporary stay in place while further arguments are considered. But the underlying Court of International Trade decision is a very significant ruling and a setback for the Trump administration, and another important step in what has been a very fast-moving and high-stakes trade war. It is the first court ruling setting aside this administration's continued use of the tariffs on our trading partners.
Tim, the Trump administration says they'll take this all the way up to the Supreme Court and that it's not going to impact ongoing negotiations. But is that the case? I mean, surely other countries will be looking at what's been going on internally in the U.S. and having pause for thought.
Well, I think this will ultimately end up at the U.S. Supreme Court. Normally, trade cases don't go that far. But in this case, given the importance of the issue, I think it is very likely to end up there for final decision. In the meantime, I think that trade negotiations with most of our trading partners will continue. I don't think it would be a good reason to step away from the negotiating table for the United Kingdom, for Korea, for Japan, the EU, to put a pause while the courts work this out. There are still plenty of trade issues to be addressed and plenty of trade barriers to be removed if both sides are interested. So I think negotiations are likely to continue, although the Trump administration's leverage may be somewhat weakened by this court ruling.
Well, Trump trade advisor Peter Navarro said that even if the White House loses its appeal, they will find another way and that the tariffs would remain. What other ways would he be referring to?
Yes, you're right. There are several other tools available to the White House. The law that the president used, IEEPA, has traditionally been used to impose sanctions, not tariffs. So there was always doubt about whether President Trump used the best tool or the correct tool to impose these tariffs. Several other laws are available, including Section 301 of the trade laws, which was used to impose tariffs on China during the first Trump administration, and Section 232, national security tariffs used for steel and aluminum, and more recently for other investigations such as lumber, pharmaceuticals, and semiconductors. And there are even other laws. So there are several laws that the president could use. And a real question is whether the president simply fights the appeal in court or pivots to one of these other laws as a way to impose tariffs.
And Tim, just very quickly, why doesn't President Trump pursue his tariff agenda through Congress? Republicans control both the Senate and the House of Representatives. Could he not go through there?
Well, I think what you're seeing is a battle over who really sets trade policy. And interestingly, the court opinion from the Court of International Trade looked closely at this. The U.S. Constitution gives Congress, not the president, the power to regulate trade, to lay and collect taxes and duties, and to regulate commerce with foreign nations. So, and the court opinion took time to discuss why Congress delegated some of that power in this area to the president. But then it focused on the fact that the president simply did not follow the law correctly, that IEEPA does not allow worldwide retaliatory tariffs and does not authorize the president to impose whatever tariff rates he deems desirable. So even though Congress has said the president can regulate imports, it doesn't authorize unbounded tariffs on dozens of countries, at least according to this court ruling.
Tim, thanks very much. We'll have to leave it there for now. Tim Brightbill, a partner and co-chair of the international trade practice at the law firm Wiley Ryan.
Thank you.